just a quality team, and there's a reason DeBuzz teamed up with them. Let's just say that.
Me and my son agree with you, Stu, wholeheartedly.
Shout outs to that, man. And yeah, so obviously no journalistic bias, at least on one half of the screen here, folks. So
no, what are you talking about?
We're going to step into the octagon. No comment, Koopa. We're going to step into the octagon for game number 1. Here is Smashville. Snake being controlled by Sensei, and this is Raptor. No, not that one. On Meta Knight.
I was going to say, Conor McGregor definitely mains Meta Knight.
Oh, man, I don't know about that. I feel like he would go Falcon just because, oh, yeah, he likes punching stuff. Why not?
Anyway, getting started here, though. Like we said, Raptor and Sensei getting started here on Smashville. I'm not going to pretend like I know how this matchup spread goes, Stu. I know, obviously, you're familiar with Bonk, and I believe is Sabo. You're relevant. You're local Snake main up in that area of Pennsylvania.
I'm not really sure what Sabo is maining this month, to be completely honest with you. But, yeah, we have seen that just once or twice in the past. And, yeah, just a few... there is definitely a possibility of some Brawl tech being broken out here. We will just say that, especially for the Meta Knight, as... well, I think that was actually on Yeet Smash, where they thought that Bonk was Sabo, and, yeah, that was funny.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, if you miss with that shuttle loop, you are bound to get eaten alive by that mortar. That is rough.
Ooh, yeah, but just like that, though, Raptor still continuing to chase. That is one of the beauties of Meta Knight. He is able to, hit parts of the screen that the other characters might not necessarily be able to reach against Snake, especially since his character's more opt than not to recover high. Sensei definitely has to be careful there. Ooh, okay, great timing right there on the up throw, and accidentally setting the C4 off on himself. So just like that, an even game right here from Raptor.
Yeah, I mean, if there's nothing left to burn, you must set yourself on fire. That is a phrase that, well, perhaps they took a little bit too literally. So, as Raptor is going to be presented with a door of opportunity. Not exactly open, but it is certainly cracked. Sensei trying to slam it shut, however, on this Meta Knight, one that has made it pretty far, and we have seen our share of Meta Knights online, at least over in recent months. Certainly people like Oatmeal have brought this character back into prominence, and obviously Raptor here, but yeah, the combination of Nikita into the mortar, just a little too much for most characters to handle, and Sensei is going to be going into this last stock sitting at the accursed percentage.
Yep, and I wholeheartedly agree here. And just like that, you can really... Snake's definitely one of those characters where the lead can slip away from you very quickly if you're not paying attention. No way!
Oh, man, Sensei. I mean, living up to the name is like, you're about to learn today, son. That is some absolute nonsense that we saw from Sensei. So, yeah, going to be going game number 1 for the Snake. It's a best-of-5 clip, so Raptor with plenty of opportunities to recover. But let's talk a little bit about Meta Knight in general, because we're going to take a look at these replays and some of the things that made the difference, especially this last stock where you got picked up and scooped out by the mortar. Now, that's obviously Snake. Never really saw a drop in usage from online to off. But Meta Knight starting to see a little bit of a pickup. Is this people kind of taking advantage of match efficiency that DeBuzz kind of talked about when picking up Rosalina around this time a couple years ago? Or is this something else, perhaps, that we have not unlocked in Meta Knight yet?
It's really hard to tell, Stu. The Wi-Fi trends are so, violent. I think is a good way I could put it. You never really know, what the hot commodity is going to be. And again, Meta Knight's always a character where I feel like the jury is still out on how good or bad this character is. A lot of the same stuff that Meta Knight had in 4 is still there. It's just very airtight. Snake, on the other hand, though, it's one of those things where I mentioned it earlier with Chris, where Snake, you might see a drop slightly, but that's also because you're seeing a lot more other characters that might be able to get away with more stuff on Snake's disadvantage. But I don't know, you'll still see ones like Sensei and MVD and such, continuing to show up and show out.
See, I just kind of wonder because, especially with a character like Meta Knight, you can't even rely on your disjoint being bigger than Snake's like most of the time. That's kind of weird, but yeah, that Nair falling off into the stage, that Snake trying to go for ledge that time, and that is why Snake wants to recover high, generally speaking. But yeah, that's well, that and other reasons, but that's we'll just leave it at that. How about that? Oh, here we go with. Oh. Yeah, no, those up airs, they bring back some memories of friendlies. I'll just say that.
It really makes a person feel a certain way. Start sweating a little bit more than you would otherwise.
God bless Philadelphia. But
a wise man, hey man, gotta live and breathe that Philadelphia freedom for sure.
absolutely, man. I mean, in the words of Gritty, F around and find out. But oh my gosh, it's Raptor who's going to be trying to make Sensei find out. It's going to have Sensei blow up the C4 so that they can potentially recover just a little bit better. That's a good gap that Raptor has opened up, and Sensei all of a sudden has been figured out. It seems like at first glance. But what was the biggest difference in the gameplay that you've seen from Raptor thus far?
It's just been an adjustment on how to, you're picking wiser times to trade, and you're just making the most out of your combo game whenever you can. Again, Snake at disadvantage is where this character struggles. Oh, brother.
Oh,
if you got that
telling
last
me.
upper, yeah. If he got that last upper, he would have been dead for sure. But no, I think Raptor's just playing a much smarter game. He's making the most out of his conversions, trying to go for the drag down bear spike, coming up a little bit short there.
Maybe getting a little antsy for that kill, going for the tornado. But yeah, that is going to be that backer. It's going to secure the kill and that game two victory. And that seemed like a statement game to me, Koopa, if I'm being completely honest with you.
Still not biased, by the way. My son just wants to watch the game. I just want everyone at home to make that perfectly clear that my my journalistic intentions are to walk the straight line here, for sure. But yeah, no, excellent game right there from from Raptor.
You're absolutely right about that, Koopa. And yeah, just the fact that they were able to catch on to a lot of what Sensei did, just in general, to be able to accumulate that damage, but really more so than anything was the willingness to go for maybe the riskier conversions, knowing that Snake kind of, if you are going to be in disadvantage, you kind of want to be in the air on that Cypher, realizing the risk that came with that and going for that aerial anyway. Sometimes you're able to roll the dice and it pays off. The question is, how sustainable is that, especially with someone like Sensei, who was able to catch on to movement and read and react so well?
Yeah, it's and both games have been kind of a landslide, Stu. So we're looking to see how that balances out in this third game. We'll see how it all shakes out here for in this game 3. In a best of 5, mind you, this is winners finals. In case I want to remind the masses at home that we do remember how to do math around these parts.
Yeah, I mean, who's we, first of all? But that's the yeah, dude. All my numerical skills have gone in this in the quarantine. I promise you. Like, I have I don't even know what. The only reason I know what day it is because I see DNA on my screen. I'll be honest with you. So yeah, this is Sensei, who's gonna get rushed down and grabbed by Raptor again. Halfway decent Meta Knight who's been. Oh yeah, well,
wow.
I will say, someone alluded in the chat, the Twitch chat, twitch.tv/MasterhandGaming, that, Snake has a 1 out of 10 chance at just blowing up for no reason. And that's kind of what just happened.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes, man. So let's see what the answer from Sensei is going to be. But, the able to push a lead the way the Raptor's been doing has been great. But an excellent reaction right there. The down throw isn't guaranteed until 160. So, it's just a great reaction on whichever, way Raptor's going to DI. But Raptor not letting up this lead whatsoever, Stu.
Yeah, so now is Meta Knight going to try to get back on with the tornado. Obviously, the way that you kill with this character is a lot different than from Smash 4, but at the same time, as different as this character is from the prior iteration, kind of feels like they occupy that same niche in the game where they're not really definitively a great character or a character that defines the meta. They just kind of exist in the world that surrounds them more than anything else. They're still able to hold their own and kind of gather their own scraps, and that's kind of respectable. Sort of, it's an industrious effort, like what we're seeing from Raptor right now.
Ooh, wow. Get up into the grab immediately. And you see, again, like what I brought up earlier, where Meta Knight's able to chase up into Blast Zone, where other characters can't do that against Snake as easily. The Nair will catch the body. Oh, but an unfortunate trade right there. As I don't quite know what happened right there in that stock, but Raptor lost it, and we're back at an even game here, Stu.
Nair in the dash attack, really just trying to go for these ladders, and Raptor maybe getting a little antsy in the face of adversity. You have the damage advantage, but that can change with one explosion. And Raptor showing that they're willing to go for it, but still also perhaps using this as an opportunity to scout out Sensei's game. And yeah, this is where you're in trouble when Sensei has their feet on the ground. Good grab, however, by Raptor.
Ooh,
but you not there. I think that was a red light on that Nair. I'm not sure that was techable.
It didn't look like it. I think I also saw the splash right there, but either way, that Nair for Meta Knight has been a great tool in the arsenal of Raptor right here. It's again, comes out really quick, knocks you against the stage just hard enough, and no, it looked like that might have actually been techable.
Yeah, I think we were looking at the impact just in general. We saw some sort of red tint there, but yeah, it seems like that was techable, and honestly, it's a little off-putting. Off-putting isn't the right word. How do I put this? It's just a little surprising, I guess, from Sensei, where so good at catching on to movement in the most general senses and really option selection, which kind of carries them. They're a smart player, Sensei. But
yeah,
this is something that I was not really expecting from them, because Raptor has kind of been going for Nair a lot, especially at ledge.
Yeah, it's a great non-committal edgeguard tool. Like I said, it comes out really fast, and if it connects, sometimes it kills, and even if it doesn't kill, it sends you fast enough into the stage where you have to be able to react on command, and that's not necessarily the easiest thing to do. So Raptor going up 2-1 in the rubber game here, looking to advance into grand finals, and Sensei looking to send it to a game 5. So let's see what we'll give first, dude.
Yeah, I got to say, you kind of never really know what you've got until it's gone, and maybe that's kind of how Raptor is feeling about the ladders right about now. But then again, you're not exactly complaining. You're still holding your own against one of the better players that Jersey has to offer. I don't know if you call him a hidden boss, but it's still really good. Maybe he's bound to get a little bit more respect on their name upon the dawn of offline tournaments, whenever that happens. But yeah, it's his Sensei trying to be on the comeback trail and going right back to Smashville, and maybe trying to see how it's going to work out for them. That's untechable, and that's Raptor going for the back air, that frame 7 back air, and that's a tight game, Koopa.
Yeah, no, again, excellent stopping of the bleeding right there from Raptor. Like I said, we've seen these two. Oh, no, but an unfortunate miss with the C4 recovery right there. You saw Sensei was very comfortable doing that earlier. He did it twice in the same game, but messed up his recovery right there, and that is a huge blow, to potentially send this to a game 5, Stu.
Yeah, especially considering how Meta Knight is allowed to play on this stage. The things that they can do with that center platform potentially is absolutely brutal. They might be going for the Nair to finish it off, but how fitting would that have been? This is Raptor with a full stock lead, not letting Sensei play the game. Swings at the ledge, going to get the 2-frame, and Raptor goes up to the Sensei and says the student has become the master. Raptor into grand finals.
I have to hide the eyes of my child, dude. That was a disgusting. Just witnessed a murder right there.
I don't think you can hide the eyes. That Meta Knight needs positive, strong role models in their life, and Raptor seems like they're fitting the bill, Koopa.
That is true. Again, that SD from from Sensei, unfortunate. Every SD is unfortunate, more often than not. But again, it's a crucial game. You have to win. You set yourself up in a hole where you SD, and your opponent's still on a second stock sub 50%, and just like that, the gas was put on by Raptor, and they move on into grand finals in an impressive 3-1 victory there, Stu.
And that is a tough way to go down into losers, but Sensei is going to have to face off against one of either Sola, who qualified for loser semifinals by beating B Trader of Bowser Jr. by a score of 2-0, or they're going to take on one of either Montrose or Doom. Doom, of course, being the Ken that wound up winning last week, when is on a run here through loser's side, if we're being completely honest.